In the name of the Lord, peace be unto you. Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me here. I am PC Mustafa, CEO of ID Fresh. We make world's best food, idlis. It's such a great honor to be here among all these great leaders. I feel gifted for getting this opportunity to speak at UN. I first read about United Nations as a teenager in my school in a subject called civics. And I'm pretty sure many in my village know about UN these days. So as I stand or sit before you in UN office at New York, I'm very sure that my parents, my family, my co-founders, my team in India, my friends, my villagers will be proud of this moment. I'm very grateful to Mr. Soni and team for this great opportunity. Purpose of UN, as I understand, is to unite all nations together, resolve conflicts, and to make this world a better place. So for UN to be successful in that mission, all of us have to do our bit to become better human beings so that we can make this world a better place. People like me are neither in politics nor in the business of managing nations. So when Mr. Soni asked me to address you at UN, I sat down and reflected on what points to talk to you about and how to support UN mission. I also reflected on points to ask for UN's help in my mission. All of us face situations wherein our targets conflict with our value system and purpose of our life. At ID, we had many such situations in this journey of building a $100 million business, fresh food brand, wherein we faced severe conflicts. But how we dealt with those conflicts made us what we are today. So I thought I will share few such instances with you. These real life stories may help you to become better managers and better leaders. ID was founded by me and my 4 cousins. We built ID in $100 million fresh food brand using common sense. Most important aspect of any business is common sense, which is reducing dangerously these days. We are depending too much on hard tools and spreadsheets that increases analysis paralysis when the only thing needed at that time would be common sense. Even when we started our first product, idli dosa batter, we used common sense. My co-founders used to run a grocery shop in Bangalore. They used to procure idli dosa batter from a supplier. It had regular quality issues, service issues, and major hygiene complaints. As the supplier was not able to meet the quality expectations, my cousins decided to make our own batter by developing a team. We consulted roadside vendors and traditional homes to make best idli dosa batter. We did not consult an R&D team. We did not read market reports. Easiest route for us was to add preservatives in the food, as done by many others in the market, for a increased shelf life and for better profitability. We decided to keep our products 100% natural. It's a war against preservative. Idli, as you know, is the healthiest and very popular breakfast in India. It is rich in carbohydrates, proteins, enzymes, fats, and fiber. It does not contain saturated fat or cholesterol. Idli is a complete food. It is easily digestible for kids and for seniors as well. You don't even need teeth to eat idli. Another popular snack that many of us love is the vada. Vada goes best with idli. Kids love vada. But then it's one of the most difficult snack to make at home, unless you're an expert like your grandmothers. Vada started disappearing from Indian homes, including my home. There are two significant challenges in making vada. First challenge is to get the batter right. Even if I provide vada batter to a homemaker, she still won't be able to make vada at home. It is a messy job. Vada batter is sticky like super glue. Second challenge is to get the hole for the vada. It's a time consuming process to make vada. You must be an expert to make perfect vadas. You won't get the size right. You cannot get the shape right. And we South Indians won't eat vada without a hole. When I talk to homemakers in my office, they were happy to make vada at home if they get proper vada batter. But then they had no idea how to get a hole for the vada. And most importantly, new generation homemakers will end up frying fingers instead of frying the vada. So we wanted to help all mothers to make world's best vada. This journey started 3 years ago. If you look at the issue, this is a century-old problem, but we identified it. We then started working to solve this problem. We talked to industry experts. They were not able to help us. We then used common sense to solve a homemaker's problem. And our solution is new ID&Vada pack. This new vada pack helps you make homemade vadas that are shaped, sized just like expert-made vadas, without touching the batter, with a proper hole in the middle. That too 100% natural, no chemicals, no preservatives, no added flavors. Now it takes just 1 minute for a homemaker to make vada at home, but then it took us 3 years to build it. We didn't lose hope. It was not an easy journey. Many businesses would have dropped this project using their hard tools and spreadsheet analysis. It was a classical conflict between a meaningful solution and a business opportunity. I'm sure you're all curious to know about this magical vada pack. Vada making is a science now, not an art anymore. Let me show you how it works.
This is no ordinary snack, a South Indian specialty. It's a favorite in homes across India, but its circular cylindrical shape and donut-like hole make it fairly difficult to prepare at homes. It needs the expert hands of grandmas and aunts or even restaurant cooks. Not anymore. ID decided to turn its attention on this age-old problem and transform the complex art of vada making into a science for everyone. And the key ingredient? Common sense. A path-breaking little big invention. The spout that shapes batter into vadas with the hole. And that's it. Squeeze, shape, cut, fry. Handmade, but with no mess, no stress. Just delicious, crispy vadas. ID, maker of India's favorite batters and fresh food, presents Vada Batter in a pack that shapes batter into vadas. Now, everybody can vada.
This product and packaging was developed by my co-founder, Mr. Nazar, who didn't have any formal technical education. Techies call it 3D printing of vada. Experts call it innovation, but then we call it common sense. Because that's all you need to make this happen. First message to you is look around, identify such issues and opportunities, and use common sense to solve it. Have patience. That's the best way to solve world's problems. Here's a story of promises and human values. When I was 14, I used to work in farms during my weekends and holidays to support my family. In my village, there were many farms that produce all kinds of spices. And these farms need extensive labor. This is where I would come in and offer my services as a daily wage worker in that farm. During a Christmas holiday, I and my friend got a job in a ginger farm. Our task was to uproot raw ginger from the soil, clean all mud from it, remove all extra roots and leaves, put it in a 30 kg bag till it fills up, and then physically load this 30 kg bag to a truck. It's a physically intensive and back-breaking work. The landlord had promised to pay both of us rupees 10 a day, roughly 15 cents per day. After 5 days of work, when we went to landlord to collect our wage, he gave rupees 50 to my friend, but he gave only rupees 40 to me. I was very upset. I asked him why. I was also promised the same amount in the beginning of the project. So why did I get paid less? Landlord told me that my friend did a better quality job. I argued with the landlord. If he has done a better quality job, you give him better money. But then, why are you not giving me the money that you promised me? The landlord was not willing to change. I turned around and walked away without taking even one paise. I felt very insulted. That's the day I decided that I will never default on my promises. We still keep the same with our own employees and stakeholders. There were many occasions in ID where we were not contractually obligated to pay our vendors, but many times we decided to compensate their losses that arose from unforeseen circumstances like market fluctuations. So, my friends, my message to you is never go back on your promises and never hurt someone's dignity. This story is about an ethical conflict. In 2009, we became very confident and started our Chennai operation. After launching idli batter in Chennai, we learned that it's a very tough market to operate. Some of our competitors were buying subsidized public distribution system rice, adding unhealthy chemicals in it, and selling idli dosa batter at a very cheap rate. We were not able to compete with them with our recipe. We started making losses. We struggled to pay salaries for our employees. Going was getting tougher every day. We had 3 options in front of us. One was to borrow money from banks and manage the cash flow. As interest-based transactions are against my ideology, we couldn't take that route. Second option was to adapt to the local practices, which is to procure public distribution system rice, add chemicals, and sell idli dosa batter. We didn't want to follow this unethical, unhealthy practice. Last option was to shut down our Chennai plant, sell assets, pay employees their salaries, and focus on Bangalore profitability. It was a very painful situation. We went ahead with the last option of shutting down our plant and paying salary to our employees with the assets that we sold. But then it turned out to be one of the best decisions in ID, as it helped us to build a sustainable fresh food brand without compromising our values and brand philosophy. So, my dear friends, I know how easy it is for all of us to take shortcuts in our life. Deep inside us, we want to reach somewhere faster, easier. In the journey, we end up making compromises. My sincere request to all of you is avoid shortcuts. Do not compromise on your values. Here's a story of a classical conflict of profitability versus responsibility. We restarted ID in Chennai during 2011. In December 2015, Chennai was hit by severe floods. There was water everywhere, on roads, offices, homes, including our own factory. Our rice and dal was underwater. Our machinery was underwater. Our factory building was badly damaged. There were cracks everywhere as water had seeped into the foundation and the walls. We suffered huge financial losses. Our team had to be relocated after this incident. But this loss was nothing as compared to the suffering and losses of residents of Chennai. Because of floods, there was no electricity. There was no clean water. Entire city had come to a standstill. Though there were a lot of charitable organizations supporting Chennai with food and other basic needs, Chennaites were missing their favorite staple diet, idli dosa. I eat idli dosa 3 times in a week. But then, Chennaites eat idli dosa 3 times a day. Without electricity and water, there was no way for them to make idli batter and eat their favorite idli dosa. So imagine their plight. It's like taking away hot dogs from New York. At a time like this, with severe financial losses on one side, we knew that ID was the only company who could do something for this problem of solving or providing idli to Chennaites. This is where we took a conscious choice. We decided to send truckloads of idli dosa batter, paratas and chapatis from our Bangalore plant all the way to Chennai. We sought help through Facebook and had huge positive response from our well-wishers. We had people bringing their own private cars to carry the product all the way from Bangalore to Chennai. We had young boys and girls queued up in my factory to help us load the truck and manufacture it for them. At the same time, we also learned that the food trucks were getting looted in Chennai on the way. We again used Facebook to get support from NGOs for protecting our food trucks, cooking idli dosa and serving it to Chennaites. We partnered with Bikers Club, Women's Clubs, and boat operators, as you can see in the pictures, who helped us enormously in this operation. Just like James Bond movie, we had bikers escorting us to protect our food trucks.
Oh, wow.
This was an opportunity to make a lot of money. We decided to do exactly the opposite. You could use opportunity in two ways. We could have sold ID products at a super premium and made huge money, or we could have given it free. This is a conflict, and it is not easy to take tough decisions if you are a struggling entrepreneur. The point is, God had given us an opportunity to help a city that needed the most. That time, we were the only company who could have fulfilled that need at such a large scale for idli and dosa. So despite our financial losses, we decided to feed Chennaites with idli free for the next few days. When few others was misusing this opportunity by selling their products at super premium, we took the road less traveled. Courage to take such tough decisions really helped us to create a strong brand that we are today. Avoid making money as your main criteria for making decisions, because it increases greed and becomes the root cause for bad decisions. Money is never ours. We are just custodians of God's wealth. Here's an idea that I'm very passionate about. In my beautiful village in Kerala, we are a group of 100 plus families of different religion that have been staying there for generations. We have a church, a temple, and a mosque in our village. My dad knows every single member of my village. I know most of them. We share a coffee. We play together. My neighbors visit us for our festivals. We have a very strong bonding in our village. I now live in a beautiful gated community in Bangalore, but I barely know anybody in my community. Though we are an advanced civilization living in metros, we are missing the goodness of community life that's present in the villages and smaller towns. This is where we feel strongly that we should do something about it. If we have to make this world a better place, the first step is to know your neighbors better. Spend time with them and share the joy. What is the best way to know your neighbor and spend time? We thought the best way is to share a meal. We are now launching this project in Indian cities. All you need to do is invite your neighbors for a healthy meal. My team will deliver ID products free of cost. Yes, you're all thinking, right, it's free, but there's something beyond it. Some people could misuse this free offer. That's okay. We trust them. I genuinely believe that if you all spend time to know each other, the world will become a better place to live. People like you and me need to take the first step for building a peaceful world. I was inspired with my village experience and this ad that I saw recently. Jews, Christians, Hindus, Muslims, blacks, whites, but then we are all one tribe. All holy books talks about the same theme, that we are all one. Here is a sentence from the holy book. O mankind, we created you from a single pair of male and a female and made you into nations and tribes that you may know each other. My dear brothers and sisters, all of us have been blessed with this wonderful gift of life. Let's work together, resolve our conflicts, trust each other, and use common sense to make this world a better place. I came to UN with a mission. I consider hunger and environmental degradation among the greatest challenges needing our collective attention. We have a proven model for providing healthy meal in India. But I see hungry people throughout the world. We have a great product called idli from India. I would like to support UN's mission by extending technology to offer affordable nutritious meals like idli across the world. We also need your help. I feel happy to touch the life of 1 million people with a healthy food every day. But then, I really feel guilty for polluting this earth with plastic bags every day. We have been taking this earth for granted with our continued dependence on plastic for nearly all our packaging needs. Why? Because it's the cheapest and most easily available. How long can we ignore the ill effects of our bad habit? I want to change before I die. If any of you have solution, ideas, please write to me. I would like to implement it, even if it costs me a decreased margin for ID. Together, let's make this world a better place. Once again, thank you for this great opportunity. God bless you all. Jai Hind.